He doesn't sell products. He doesn't run companies. He doesn't appear on billionaire lists. Yet many believe Vladimir Putin quietly controls more wealth than some of the richest men on earth. No flashy mansions on Instagram. No public bank accounts. No luxury interviews. Instead, there are whispers of secret palaces, trusted billionaires acting as financial guardians, and a system where power itself replaces money. A lifestyle built not on visibility, but on control. Tonight, we're stepping behind the headlines and into the shadows, exploring how Vladimir Putin is believed to live like a billionaire without ever claiming the title. This is the hidden economy of power. Vladimir Putin has spent more than 2 decades at the center of global power. Officially, he is a public servant with a modest salary. Unofficially, he is often described as one of the wealthiest men on the planet. But unlike traditional billionaires who flaunt private jets, social media empires, and public balance sheets, Putin's alleged wealth lives in the shadows, hidden behind layers of loyalty, state control, and secrecy. This is not the story of flashy entrepreneurship or Silicon Valley success. This is the story of how power itself can become the most valuable asset in the world. The official narrative versus the whispered reality. According to Kremlin disclosures, Vladimir Putin earns a president's salary and owns relatively modest assets: a few apartments, a garage, and an old Soviet-era car collection. On paper, there is nothing billionaire-like about him. Yet investigative journalists, defectors, and international intelligence agencies have repeatedly painted a very different picture, one where Putin is believed to control vast wealth not directly in his name, but through trusted allies, oligarchs, and offshore structures. The key idea isn't ownership. It's control. Power as a business model. Putin's rise began in post-Soviet Russia, a time when state assets were rapidly privatized. A small group of businessmen, later known as oligarchs, acquired massive wealth in oil, gas, metals, and banking. But under Putin, the rules change. Instead of oligarchs controlling the state began controlling the oligarchs. Those who showed loyalty prospered. Those who didn't often lost everything. Over time, this system allegedly allowed Putin to act as the ultimate silent beneficiary. Key industries, energy, defense, infrastructure, remain tied to individuals widely considered part of his inner circle. While the assets may not legally belong to him, many analysts argue that nothing of consequence moves without his approval. In this system, wealth isn't counted in bank statements, it's measured in influence. Palaces, residences, and hidden estates. One of the most talked about symbols of Putin's alleged wealth is the so-called palace on the Black Sea. Publicly denied by the Kremlin, the massive estate has been described in leaked investigations as a billion-dollar compound featuring luxurious architecture, vineyards, private theaters, and security zones. Whether or not Putin legally owns it, the sheer scale of such properties fuels speculation. Beyond this, reports have pointed to multiple residences across Russia, official state dachas, retreat compounds, and secluded properties only accessible to the highest level of security clearance. These are not marketed as personal homes, but their exclusive use tells another story. Luxury, in this world, is quiet and heavily guarded. Luxury without visibility. Unlike Western billionaires who display wealth through fashion, yachts, and public philanthropy, Putin's style is intentionally understated. He is often seen in tailored but conservative suits, wearing high-end watches that quietly cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and traveling in aircraft and vehicles belonging to the state. There are no Instagram posts. No red carpets. No interviews about personal success. This absence is strategic. True power, in Putin's worldview, is not about being admired, it's about being untouchable. The role of trusted allies. One recurring theme in investigations into Putin's wealth is the presence of longtime friends, former judo partners, childhood acquaintances, and KGB-era colleagues, who later became extraordinarily wealthy. These individuals often control banks, construction firms, oil trading companies, and logistics empires. Their sudden rise raises an obvious question: is their wealth purely entrepreneurial, or are they safeguarding assets for someone else? Many experts believe the answer lies somewhere in between. In this ecosystem, loyalty is currency, protection is profit, and silence is rewarded generously. Offshore networks and financial secrecy. Another pillar of the billionaire narrative revolves around offshore accounts and shell companies. Leaks like the Panama Papers and Paradise Papers revealed how global elites hide wealth through complex financial structures. While Putin's name rarely appears directly, people linked closely to him often do. This pattern strengthens the argument that his wealth is not designed to be traced, it's designed to be deniable. In a world where visibility creates vulnerability, invisibility becomes a luxury of its own. Control over Russia's wealth. Russia is one of the richest countries on Earth in terms of natural resources. Oil, natural gas, gold, diamonds, these commodities form the backbone of the national economy. As president, Putin has unmatched influence over how these resources are managed, exported, and taxed. This control has geopolitical power, but it also has immense financial implications. Every major energy deal, pipeline agreement, and state-backed contract strengthens a system where political authority and economic benefit are deeply intertwined. That's why many analysts argue Putin doesn't need a personal fortune in the traditional sense, he has something more powerful. Wealth as security. For Putin, wealth is not about consumption. It's about stability and survival. Financial leverage ensures loyalty among elites, funds influence campaigns abroad, and reinforces internal control. In this sense, money becomes a defensive weapon, used to insulate power rather than display it. This approach explains why his lifestyle appears restrained, even austere, compared to the wild extravagance of some oligarchs. The king doesn't need to sparkle. The throne does the work. Why the mystery matters. The fascination with Vladimir Putin's billionaire lifestyle isn't really about numbers. It's about understanding a new kind of wealth, one that doesn't rely on public markets, personal brands, or transparency. It's the wealth of systems, not individuals. The wealth of control, not consumption. The wealth of influence, not income. Whether Putin is technically a billionaire may never be proven conclusively. But the global obsession with the question reveals something deeper. Power, when concentrated long enough, begins to resemble wealth on an entirely different scale. In the modern world, billionaires are often measured by net worth rankings and luxury headlines. Vladimir Putin exists outside that framework. His lifestyle, quiet, controlled, protected, reflects a philosophy where money serves power, not ego. And in that sense, his true riches may not be found in palaces or accounts, but in the ability to shape outcomes, silence rivals, and remain at the center of a nation's destiny. And that may be the most expensive lifestyle of all. Vladimir Putin's lifestyle challenges everything we think we know about wealth. Because in his world, money isn't the goal, power is. And when power lasts long enough, it quietly turns into something far greater than a public fortune. Whether he is technically a billionaire may never be proven. But what's undeniable is this: few individuals in modern history have controlled as much influence, resources, and loyalty as Vladimir Putin. If you want to understand how real power works behind closed doors, how wealth can exist without ownership, and luxury can exist without attention, then make sure you're subscribed. Because the most expensive lifestyles are never the loudest.